You're listening to JTE Movie Thinks. Is that the title? Is that correct grammar? All right, we'll go with it. It's a show about movies and thinking. And now, here's your host, every man's hero, JTE.
Hey everybody, what's going on? Welcome to a brand new episode of JTE Movie Thinks. If the sound sounds a little better this week, because I'm actually using some of the Screen Junkies audio, because I actually work in the studio. This week I have somebody on who I've yet to have on my show.
Yeah, I've been begging you.
I know. Listen, you're a very busy person, Roxy Striar.
Oh, I don't know if I'm so busy or you just didn't want me and now this was convenient for you.
I mean, it is convenient. I'm not going to say that's a lie, but that's what really how JT Movie Thinks is. I literally just grab people walking outside the office like, come here, I want to record with you real quick.
That's legitimately what just happened. Every single week I'm like, JT, when can I be on? And you're like, oh, one of these days. Today it was just so casual. I was sitting on the couch.
Yeah, she just finished doing TV Fights, which she does every Tuesday.
4 p.m.
Awesome show. If you guys like movie fights, TV Fights is basically the same thing, but in the realm of TV, which I think is even better in some ways because there's so much more TV compared to like just film.
Maybe there should be a JTE TV Thinks.
That's true. You know what though? I'm very selective with my TV.
Really?
I don't want, like a lot of the shows, I engineer a show and I'm like, I've never seen one episode of ER. I've never seen one episode of Gilmore Girls.
Seinfeld,
of course.
Okay.
Like, the big ones, Seinfeld, Simpsons, but even something like Cheers, which I would love, I've never seen.
Amazing. We're going to get you hooked. Yeah.
Okay, see, I feel like TV does take a lot more time. A movie, 2 hours or so, depending on the movie. A season might take you 2 weeks to finish.
No, you have to dedicate your whole life to being a TV fan. If that's what you want to do, you just got to go for it and know that 50 hours a week are required.
Well, this is not TV Thinks. This is Movie Thinks. So Roxy Striar, and so you know how the show works. I had your ex-roommate, Sarah Stratton, on here not too long ago, and I try to remember what movie she mentioned. I think it was Pitch Perfect. I think that's the movie she brought up.
The first one?
I think so, yeah. I could be totally wrong. But if my memory is correct, that's the movie she brought up. But I'm curious to hear because I don't really know. I know you very well, but I don't know your movie taste very well.
So I'm going on a podcast tomorrow, so I watched this movie for a podcast.
Oh, okay.
And I haven't seen it since it came out in 2003, probably since then. And
2003?
Mm-hmm. Why, are you trying to guess what it is?
I always try to figure it out.
So I haven't seen it in that long, and I will admit that it is a 2 hour and 45-minute movie that I am at 2:30 of. So,
okay, so
I still have...
But you've seen it before, or is this the first time?
I saw it before, but I'm telling you, it was almost 10 years ago. I don't know what I remember.
So you just kind of... See, that's interesting. The reason why I say that is because when I watch a movie, there's a part of my brain where it is locked in. I'll never forget an ending of a movie.
No.
I might forget specific moments, but I'll never fully forget like how the first 3 act structure works out.
I think that's because you aren't killing your brain the way I am with all of the television I watch.
Okay.
Like, think about all the storylines that go in and out of my brain every single day.
Good point.
I'm watching 10 hours a day. I'm consuming that much.
Insane.
So if I haven't seen a movie since 2003, I don't even remember who's in it. I don't know anything about it anymore.
Yeah, I guess, I can understand that. I guess you're just overloaded.
The only reason I know I saw it is because I remembered this one part about it, and I was like, okay. I think I've seen this. But the movie is The Last Samurai.
Oh, Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yes.
And, oh my God, really good.
You're digging it.
Really good movie.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised. Doesn't get what it deserves because it is a Tom Cruise movie.
Well, a lot of people make the jokes like The Last Samurai and then samurai films, and then you got Tom Cruise, like the most white American guy ever, playing The Last Samurai. There were definitely some jokes coming out around the times, like Last of the Mohicans came out, and Daniel Day-Lewis was like a white guy. One of the last Mohicans was a white guy.
Right.
It's like Last Samurai, a white guy.
If this came out today, social media would be going crazy with the jokes.
A little crazy about it. But listen, let's talk about the director, Edward Zwick. The guy who also did Blood Diamond, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yep.
Did one of my favorite films and one of even Knapsack's favorite films, Glory.
That's one of your favorite films?
The Denzel, Matthew Broderick film. Yeah, Carrie Elways, Morgan Freeman. One of my favorite war films, and I love how it takes place during the Civil War, about the 1st Black Regiment and the Union Army. I mean, it's just a fantastic movie. To me, that's his ultimate film. I don't think anything he's made since has quite come close to being as good as that, but...
What year was that, do you know?
Oh, it was like 1989, maybe 1990. No, it was 89 or 88. Definitely late 80s. But that movie was nominated for a few awards. That's where Denzel won his Best Supporting. And Edward Zwick has kind of made this weird transition. Like, even though he started off with that, like, Oscar-worthy film, everything he's made since has been, like, he's done some epics, but he never got back to that Oscar level. Like, other films that he made, Legends of the Fall.
Yeah.
With Brad Pitt, very fun film. Almost feels like a novel, which I'm pretty sure probably was based on a novel. Very beautiful film, like very epic and sweeping.
He's good at that.
He's very
beautiful
good at that.
films.
And Last Samurai, well, I love that movie. I remember seeing it in theaters and just absolutely loving it. It's great entertainment. But Last Samurai was never in the running for Best Picture. If it was nominated for anything, maybe production design, it might have been nominated for a few things.
I think that it should have been nominated for Best Picture, honestly.
Really?
But remember that I'm still I'm still 20 minutes out. But I think that because it is so beautiful, and I think that the story is amazing, and the relationships going on there, a lot of it I just really, really enjoy. Maybe not Best Picture, depends what was nominated that year, but it wasn't even a contender, I'm sure.
No, like I said, if it got any nominations, it was for maybe sound design,
cinematography,
but definitely like I think costume design was something that was actually awarded a lot for that year because it does look beautiful. Edward Zwick, he always does a great job with the production value. When you watch these movies that feel like they're going back in time, you feel like you're back in that time. And I think the cast also excuse me, I was choking on a Starburst earlier, and I'm still recovering. It was red.
The best one, at least. If you're going to choke, you might as well go on the red.
Go on the red, yeah. I think, it had a great cast, and Ken Watanabe. This was kind of like his American debut.
He was nominated for Best Actor in Supporting Role.
Oh, well, Ken Watanabe?
Yeah, for this.
Well, see, I'm glad, like, some people got nominated for this film, but I'm pretty sure, I know it wasn't nominated for Best. Are you looking it up?
Yeah, it was Best Art Direction, Set Direction, Best Costume Design, Best Sound Mixing, and Best Actor in Supporting Role.
So I pretty much hit it all except for the Best Supporting.
So you're pretty much a genius, yep.
Yeah, I just remember, because the movie is beautiful. It's such a beautiful looking film. He really captures that old school Japanese. And someone like me who grew up with, like, Akira Kurosawa films, I loved growing up on samurai films like Seven Samurai, Yojimbo, Hidden Fortress. So this was like right up my alley. But part of me, it is Tom Cruise making a samurai movie, which I think is a little silly at times when he's taking on like these guys who probably been raised their whole life, and he's kind of becomes as good as them.
It's true, and he all of a sudden can speak their language and adapts to their food, like everything. It takes a little while, but they do keep up with the dates, and I'm like, all right, it's been 2 years. I don't know if he would be that fluent.
Good point. I do like the fact that he was a great soldier before he was a samurai, so he just kind of picked up their lessons. But yeah, so what do you think about this movie so far? Now, I'm trying. People who haven't seen this film, we're not going to ruin the ending for you because Roxy doesn't know what the ending is, so I'm not going to ruin it for her either. But I am curious, like, what scenes have really stuck out to you so far before the third act?
Well, I was really excited to go into it because I don't remember it, and I'm a huge fan of Penny Dreadful, the TV show, which is John Logan's show. Yeah. So I love his work, even though season 2 is having its rough spot. What does he have to do with
this movie?
That he was the writer, one of the writers on the movie. He was He was the main person with the story, and he was one of the 3 writers on it.
Interesting.
Let's see. The other ones were Edward Zwick and Marshall Herskovitz. I have a hard time with names.
Good enough.
It's just tough for me. But
trust me, I know.
Yeah. So I was excited about that, and then I just kind of thought, 2 hours, 45 minutes, my attention span, I don't know, really long. I don't really remember this. How's it going to be? The most exciting part for me was that it just blew my expectations away because I wasn't thinking it was going to be great. I love all of the scenes when he proves everybody wrong. Like, he just is so resilient, and Tom Cruise keeps fighting.
Yeah, resilient, and I would put a little stubborn in there.
Yeah, like, very stubborn.
It's very stubborn.
There's a couple of scenes, one where it's pouring rain and he's in the mud, and a samurai comes over and tells him to put his sword down, put his stick down, and he won't. He keeps it in his hand. The samurai, does a bunch of things to him, makes him drop it, and he's down on the ground. He picks it up again. He stands up. Yes. The samurai hits him down. He stands up again. The samurai hits him down. He stands up again. He will not stop.
It shows
unless he dies.
He has that warrior spirit,
right?
Which I think the samurai, while they think is like, I think a lot of the guys that he's stuck with, because he is a prisoner. He gets captured during a battle against the samurai, and they all kind of hate him.
Yeah.
But I think some of the other samurai soldiers people that live in the village kind of respect him because he's a warrior. They respect that. They respect a good warrior. And Tom Cruise, even though he is damaged, like from the beginning of this movie, he's not like right in the head. It's very much like he's got like PSD, like he's going through some shit because of what he's done against the war with the Indians. And
PTSD, yeah.
And so it's very interesting to see how his relationship with that, not just the warriors, but the village kind of develops through time. And I think at the core of it is the Oscar-nominated Ken Watanabe, who's kind
incredible.
Incredible. He's so good in this movie. And it's funny because this is his first American film, and he's not like great at English. In this movie, it makes sense because he's just learning it.
It was like the role was written for him in this movie.
Yeah,
like, perfect for him.
That's a good question. I'll have to look up, see if they did a lot of casting for this or if they knew he was him from the get-go.
Well, I started thinking about today who you would recast as him, and I don't know if anybody could do as good of a job as he did. I think that you could argue different people could play Tom Cruise's role, although I think he commits like no other. Whatever you have to say about him as a person, his commitment is
110.
flawless. And that's why they were able to get all the shots that they were able to get. Like, he doesn't care. He'll do whatever.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I'm going to play samurai. I'm going to learn how to fight like a samurai. He'll actually go out and learn and spend like 3 months before production. I love watching, I'm a huge fan of Tom Cruise when it comes to his movies. You watch his special features on any of your Blu-rays with a Tom Cruise movie, and the level of commitment that guy gives before every role. Even one of my favorite films by Michael Mann's Collateral with Jamie Foxx, there's a whole special feature on there of him just doing gun training.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like, I know he's not like Mission Impossible, but I feel like if he was ever stuck in a Mission Impossible situation, I think he's learned enough through all these roles that he can hold his own.
If we are in a post-apocalyptic world,
Yes.
I am taking him on my team.
Same here.
Like, he is my Rick Grimes in my Walking Dead.
Yep.
Like, there's nobody else that I'd rather be with. And I'm not talking about the characters he plays. I
talking about
believe
him,
that
yeah.
Tom Cruise has racked up enough intelligence and all of these different areas and skills that, if we're picking and I get to be captain of my team, he's my first pick. I don't even care who else is there.
The guy's hanging off airplanes. I mean, he's jumping off roofs. He's going underwater holding his breath.
All of the directors have to stop him. They have to say, like, too much, we'll get sued, you'll die.
On Mission Impossible 2, John Woo tells a great story of the beginning. He's like doing this cliff. He's like hanging off a cliff by one hand. John Woo said he couldn't even look at the monitor because the whole movie rests on Tom Cruise. Like, the insurance is insane. And sometimes I think he has to go through his own insurance company just to get insured for these movies.
Same exact thing with Edge of Tomorrow. And Emily Blunt talks about how difficult it is to co-star with him because you've got this guy who legitimately will do anything. And as an actress, you want to be the kind of person who's like, okay, I'll do that too. So she's starting to do all of her own stunts. And
Totally
it's like,
true.
oh my God, how do you compete with that?
Somebody I idolized growing up as an action fan was Jackie Chan because he was all about, he wanted you to know that he was the one doing not only the fight moves but the stunts. So that's why, like, he was always like, I mean, the dude's got so many injuries, but I always respect that. Like, man, that's awesome. And Tom Cruise, to me, is the American Jackie Chan. I never seen a Tom Cruise movie where I go, that's a stunt double.
You know what's weird, though? I don't feel like... I know that we live in LA, so everybody out here and in the industry knows it about Tom Cruise, but I don't feel like it's known across America, across the world, that he does all of his own stuff. I don't feel like everybody realizes that, because I think they would have more respect for him as an actor, as a performer, if everybody knew.
I think they know a little more now than they did years ago, only because of social media. Like, the whole thing with the last Mission Impossible, they're really pushing that it was him on the plane. That trailer where he's just hanging off the plane, like, I felt like before you even heard anything about the story of the movie, you're like, look what Tom Cruise really did.
That's definitely
and
true.
Same thing with Part 4 with the Dubai. Mission Impossible 4 is like just his highlight reel of what this guy will do. And I can't wait for Mission Impossible 6 because I'm just like, I'm not even worried about the plot. I want to know what he's going to do that's going to just like freak me out, because every time he comes up and just outdoes himself.
I can't picture you being freaked out about anything.
Really?
Yeah. Like, what do you
not
mean
freaked out, pumped up. I get a movie pumped up.
So now that I know you're such a big Tom Cruise movie fan,
of course.
What's your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
See, this is difficult. If I'm just going performance, like just not overall movie, but like what do I think his best performance is? For me, it's Born on the 4th of July, the Oliver Stone film. It's gut wrenching. He shows so much range, and every time I watch a movie, I get a little choked up.
that movie on the track, my dad managed a band called the Broken Homes, and they have a song on that track.
No
so
way.
that movie used to play in my household on
That's right.
loop.
Wait, is it in the movie or on the soundtrack?
It's in the movie, but it was supposed to be the title track, but there's a
I was
lot
gonna
of
say I
different.
have the Born on the Fly soundtrack, but it's all James Horner.
yeah.
Wait, is it John Williams or James Horner? I think it's John Williams. Oh shit! Now I can't remember. It's either James Horner or John Williams.
We already talked about the social media. This is why we have our phones.
This is why we
to
have our
look at it.
phones. I'm gonna say it's John Williams. Oliver
right.
Stone. It's either John Williams or James Horner. You're gonna make me right or wrong right now.
Talk about things that I haven't seen in a long time, not since I moved out.
Have you seen Born on the 4th of July?
Yeah.
That's just for me, like, because not only do I love the movie, but I just think that's his best performance, hands down. Also, Magnolia is one of his better performances, but best movie, yeah, I might even have to say Born on the 4th of July.
See, second song,
Yeah.
Born on the Bayou.
Born on the Bayou. Where's Yes, John Williams. I knew it was John Williams or James Horner. James Horner, you know why I'm saying James Horner? Because he did Glory.
Yeah, but
and that's what we were talking about earlier.
You then said, I really do think it's John Williams, and you always have to go with your gut, JT, because
Yeah, I know.
you are actually the most knowledgeable movie person that I know. I can't believe you can have these conversations and go in not knowing. I swear to
Yeah.
God, he didn't ask me what movie I was going to pick beforehand. Like, you can't do any research.
Yeah.
You don't know what I'm going to say.
It's all up here.
Well, I could have said something that you've never seen before. What would you talk to me about?
Even if I haven't seen a movie, I know what it's about. And
Yeah.
I know, who made it and stuff. So I'm usual to take that conversation somewhere.
That's insanity to me.
Yeah, I watched a lot of movies growing up. I mean, this is an easy one. Tom Cruise.
Oh, yeah, I didn't pick anything
but-
super obscure.
Yeah.
But I could have, I
I'm trying to think. One of the only people that really stumped me on this show was Hal Rudnick, resident screen junkie, talked about a documentary which I've never even heard of.
Really?
Yeah, I can't remember what documentary it was now. It was a very interesting documentary that. The fact that I don't remember it tells you that I didn't see the movie.
Yeah.
But it was very interesting. So sometimes documentaries people could get me on, but yeah, I'm a well of knowledge, which is why I won my first movie fight a few weeks ago. And
You did?
Yeah, I did. And I look forward to fighting
know.
again. And hopefully one day I'll take on Dan for that belt.
Who'd you win against?
I went against Doug Benson, who I was really happy about that because I've been listening to Doug's podcast for like 5 years or plus. So that was awesome.
Wow.
And I believe the other contestant was John Roca.
Wait, who the hell engineers? Nobody can work the TriCaster
We
but
had
you.
Cody. We had Cody come in early in the day. I taught him how to run the show.
Cody,
And he's been
that's
doing
awesome.
Schmoes Know for a little while, so
Yeah.
he was able to pick it up pretty quick.
Oh, I love it. Cool.
Yeah, so that's fun.
My new goal of 2016 is to come on with a movie that stumps you.
Okay, I mean it's possible. Trust me, it's possible. But
I don't know.
I've seen a lot of stuff. So far you love this movie, but so you don't remember the ending very well. But
No, I don't remember right now.
I'm real curious to see what you think after.
Yeah,
the ending.
they're going
Yeah.
they're going into the final battle, and Tom Cruise just was given the armor.
Oh, the awesome armor. Yes.
Yeah, and all of that's happening, and there was that kiss. Sorry, I'm not spoiling the end because I don't know it, but that did
Tom
happen.
Cruise is in the movie. He's gonna kiss a girl.
Yeah, there's that kiss, which she's awesome too.
Yeah, she's good,
She's
yeah.
really good. I don't see her, but they had a lot of chemistry. And that's something else I like about Tom Cruise. I can't deny it that, yes, he is an amazing action star, but it's also believable when he's with these beautiful women.
Yeah.
He makes
Tom
it work.
Cruise.
Yeah. So I'm really digging it, but I guess these next 20 minutes could either make it or break it for me.
That's a good point. Well, let me flip the question on you. What is your favorite Tom Cruise movie?
Oh. I'm a huge Risky Business fan. but
From the get-go, the beginning.
Yeah, I love Tom Cruise, but I don't know. I mentioned Edge of Tomorrow earlier, and I don't think it's my favorite, but it's really good. Underrated, Live, Die, Repeat, so good.
I didn't do good in theaters. It's one of those movies that I rewatched it once it hit Blu-ray, and I still enjoyed it, but I didn't enjoy as much as I did watching it the first time.
Yeah.
But I think that I'm in the minority in that group. I think because they keep repeating the same thing.
If you repeat the movie,
Yeah.
that's already repeating itself.
Yeah, it feels very extra repetitive, but I don't feel like that. The thing is that when I watch Groundhog Day, I don't feel that way. Because that's a great Bill Murray movie that kind of replays the same thing. Edge of Tomorrow, I think, takes it to the next level where it's just repeat. And
I think they did it in a smart way, though. That
Yeah,
didn't make me
they
get
did.
bored. You can't watch the movie over and over again, but if you're like me and you forget what happens every time, then it's good. I'm also a massive Jerry Maguire fan.
Jerry
so,
Maguire's great, yeah.
And then there's his Tropic Thunder self that I think is
just
hysterical.
the more comedy. And like I said, one that's really underrated that Finstock loves is Vanilla Sky.
Yeah,
Also
incredible.
from Cameron Crowe. And I'm trying to think there's anyone else. Any other ones I mentioned Collateral, Love Collateral.
You got to put Rock of Ages in there.
Oh no, I did not like that movie. Did you like Rock of Ages? It was horrible.
It was the worst movie I've ever seen.
It was so bad. He was the only good thing about the movie, though.
Yeah, he actually was.
That's the thing. Like, the movie was crap, but guess what? He was good in it.
I've never hated a performance of his.
Seriously, I don't think... Anytime I see Tom Cruise, and this is why I respect him, because he always picks... He's like Leonardo DiCaprio in a way. They pick the best directors they can to work with. They don't try to work with, like, first-time directors who aren't really proven. I feel like him and even Leo lately, like, they go for the best in the business. You know, Michael Mann, Ridley Scott, even... Tom Cruise did work with Ridley Scott with Legend. They always go for like the best directors. You know, it'd be weird. Think about Leo and how he does the same thing. I would love to see Tom Cruise in a Scorsese film. That's something that's never happened.
Do you think that's because Scorsese won't do it, or do you think...
I don't know. Maybe they just didn't have the right project together. I don't know. That's weird. But
it's strange to think that their paths haven't crossed by accident.
Yeah, because, I mean, he had a run where he was just working with Spielberg. He did War of the Worlds and Minority Report.
I can't even believe I didn't mention Minority Report. That might even be my favorite. I love Minority Report.
I think it's one of Spielberg's best films, especially in the early 2000s. Yeah,
that's one of those things where I cannot look away for the entire film. I love Minority Report.
I didn't love their follow-up too much, though. I didn't love War in the Worlds. It's passable.
Yeah, it was okay.
There's some great shots in it, and again, Tom Cruise, great in it.
Yeah, that's true. This is a little off topic, but you mentioned Leo, so I have to ask you because you're the expert. Do you think this is the year of the Oscar?
I think it is, and the reason why I say that is because I think it's a weak year for lead actors. Outside of Leo, the only actor who really is on my radar for Best Actor is Michael Fassbender and Steve Jobs. And if you were giving me a vote, said, would you give it to Leo or Fassbender? And just going by the performances this year, I'd probably give it to Fassbender.
Really?
Yeah. Did you see Steve Jobs?
No, I didn't see it. I haven't seen it yet because I'm so behind on a lot of my movies. But I hear he's incredible. I think that Leo, a lot of the people are saying that he didn't do that great of a job because he was like very one note. Yeah. I think that he nailed it. I have to say.
The physical part, obviously, they're really pushing the campaign about him bringing the physical aspects to it.
Right.
Which I totally agree with. But I do kind of agree. It's not a huge character arc that he goes through.
I didn't love the movie.
Oh, okay.
His performance made everything great for me. It was also very beautifully shot, but I think his performance was awesome. I also thought Tom Hardy's performance was pretty great.
I think Leo's incapable of giving a bad performance.
Definitely.
So, like, I don't think I've ever walked in and said, oh, Leo was kind of bad in that.
It would be weird if in the history books, this is what Leo won for, I think.
But the Academy Awards do that sometimes. Like, Scorsese won for Departed, which I don't think is anywhere near being his best film.
But still
it's like, we need to get him an Oscar. And I feel like everyone, it's a joke now online. When's Leo going to get his Oscar? And I feel like this is the year for him to probably win it because it really is a weak year.
It's the year of the Leo.
It's the year of the Leo, yeah.
I actually think, what are we on, the ram or the snake right now? What year are we in?
Leo's a lion.
Yeah, I don't know what year we're in.
I don't know. It's a good point. I don't know. I'm a Leo. I was born in August.
I'm a Cancer.
Oh, okay.
I like Leos, though. I think our people get along.
I tend to agree with you. All right. Well, I don't want to get too much in the ending of Last Samurai because you haven't seen it.
I'll cry. But you can't spoil it.
But you recommend this movie. I obviously recommend this movie.
As of this point.
Yeah, and I'll even tell you, just thinking about it, I haven't seen it in a while. I might go home and watch it tonight.
I would say it's worth your time.
It is an awesome movie, and I haven't watched it in quite a while, and I love samurai films, so I think this is why I like JT movie things. I don't know what's going to be discussed, and it reminds me of movies that I need to revisit once in a while.
Thank you for letting me bully you into finally having me on. I had to twist your arm a bit, but it was worth it.
Oh, of course not. So we're going to end the show with quick thinks.
I'm so nervous. I hate this kind of thing where I have to do any...
If you haven't seen it, don't worry. I will fill in the blanks.
Any of the quick thinking is hard.
All I did was tweet out, hey, tweet me your movies you last watched, and we'll read a couple off, and if you haven't seen it, you haven't seen it. If you have, you have.
It's going to be like haven't.
Let's see. Tyler Myers, huge fan of Schmoeville, and all of us. He wrote American Gangster, the Denzel movie. You see that?
Yeah, I've seen it.
Okay. I'm not a huge fan of it.
What do I have to say? Just whether I'm a fan or not?
Are you a fan of it? That's all.
I don't remember it that well, but I think I really liked it.
I think is forgettable, and I think that's why you don't remember it very well. I think it's okay. I think the problem with that movie is you had Denzel, you had Russell Crowe, and you had Ridley Scott, a great filmmaker.
Right.
The expectations were high, and I don't think he met the expectations.
Ridley Scott is swing or miss, hit or miss for me sometimes.
Lately, he has been, yeah. A lot of people love The Martian this year.
I love The Martian. It's probably my favorite film of the year, but sometimes it's tough with him.
Okay, so Screen Freak saw Inglourious Bastards.
I've never seen Inglourious Bastards,
man.
but I hear that is got to be tough. I know, and I tend to love Tarantino.
Oh, okay.
I'm big
Tarantino's great.
Pulp Fiction.
For me, Pulp Fiction and Inglourious Bastards are the two top films from him.
Yeah.
So I think you should check it out and see if it's maybe it'll eclipse
Gotta be.
Pulp Fiction for you. Let's go with Amy Awesome, a writer for Screen Junkies. She's awesome.
I love Amy Awesome.
Yep.
I just followed her on Twitter.
Yeah, she wrote. Wait a minute, she didn't even write anything. She was responding to somebody else's tweet to me.
Oh, Amy, I just said something so nice about you.
Amy, we were all ready to
Step
talk
up your
about
game,
a movie,
Amy.
and you didn't even give us a movie. I tried, Amy.
Oh, what are you thinking, girlfriend?
Oh, she responded to somebody else's movie from Tommy Espy, Infinity Polar Bear with Mark Ruffalo, which I haven't seen. Yeah, which apparently he's got nominated to Golden Globe for, but still haven't seen.
But,
Anyway,
you know, it's
sorry.
a good movie though. But Polar Bear Express.
Yeah, oh, no, that one would. Oh, I hate that movie. Andres Maya. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce your middle name. Andres Maya. Rocky 3. Are you a big Rocky?
Yeah,
fan?
I love Rocky.
Okay, so
I do love Rocky, but I have Creed on screener and I still haven't watched it yet.
Oh, you got a screener?
Yeah.
Listen, it's still playing in theaters. Maybe just go see it in theaters.
That's true. Maybe.
It's something I recommend seeing with a crowd.
Okay, then I guess I will. I don't have a problem with any of the Rocky movies like people do. Some
Oh,
people,
really?
yeah, you know, sometimes people will fall off, they come back on.
You better not listen to this podcast if you don't like the Rocky movies. That's all I can say.
No,
Not you. I'm talking to the
somebody
audience.
else.
I'm talking to the audience.
You know, people people
Rocky
like 1
country.
and 2, don't like 3. Like
Yeah,
people.
listen, the only one I can understand is 5. But I can't understand not liking Rocky 3 or 4 or Balboa. They're all amazing. I'm sorry.
Congratulations, Sylvester Stallone, by the way.
I know. Won that Golden Globe.
Yo, that standing O, well deserved.
I was giving him a standing O.
People
also.
were so mad at him for not thanking his
but he
director
came
and his
back and
co-star.
did it.
And
They just
people
didn't caught it.
Like he did, it was a mistake.
Hey, you know what? Golden Globes are, the rehearsal for the Oscars.
Mm-hmm.
When Sly wins that Oscar, he's going to go up and he's going to be like, Kugler, Jordan, thank you. And
The first people. I'm not going to thank my wife and children.
No, first Kugler and Jordan. Jake the Snake at Jake Jones SWR. Silver Linings Playbook.
Love that movie.
Yeah, I think that might be. I want to say it's my favorite David O. Russell film, right next to The Fighter. But it's hard to compare them because they're so different movies. But I love Silver Lining, and I love Jennifer Lawrence with dark hair. That movie just put me over the edge with her.
I love them together. Her and Bradley Cooper. It's overdone at this point, but in this movie, it wasn't overdone for me. And they're amazing.
Yeah, I just love that movie.
It's so good, and its rewatchability is through the roof.
Chipper Beal at Beal Chipper wrote Heat, the Michael Mann classic with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro.
Yep.
Have you seen it?
Yep, seen it.
Okay, good. I was about to say, this is a classic. If you haven't seen it, you need to see it.
Seen it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely worth watching.
Definitely check it out, guys. If you haven't seen Heat, stop this podcast right away, or don't stop it because we're almost done.
Hey, it's in the middle of the podcast.
We're close to the end, but still finish it and go watch it, buy it. It's a blind buy. Also, if you guys listen to Bill Simmons, he's one of my favorite podcasters.
I love Bill Simmons' podcast.
He just did a whole retrospective on the movie Heat with a friend of his last week, actually. So check out his podcast. It's a great watch the movie, then go listen to Bill Simmons' podcast about Heat. It's absolutely fantastic. It made me want to watch it again.
A fellow Bill Simmons fan.
Come on, Patriots. Let's see what else we got on here. Chad Pounds at Chad. Okay, his name's Chad Pounds.
Chad Pounds?
And it's at Pops and Candies.
I like candy.
I like Pops.
I guess I like Pops.
Pootie Tang. It's a movie I've never seen.
No, I've never seen Pootie Tang.
Yeah, it's one of those movies that
I think you're supposed to watch it when you're high or something, maybe.
Yeah, it's directed by Louis C.K., apparently, who's a great comedian. And it's based on a Chris Rock sketch show.
Do you watch the show, Louis?
No. I hear it's great.
So good.
Yeah, that's what I
Everything
hear.
post season 3 is amazing.
All right, we're going to do a couple more, then we're going to end out here. Sam Lawrence at Samuel J116. When Harry Met Sally, one of our Ken Knapsack's all-time favorite films.
I didn't know that.
Oh, dude, that's like Ken's movie.
Yeah, it's one of the best movies, and it also has one of the best, most iconic scenes of all time.
The orgasm
Yeah, I
scene?
was just going to do it, and then I realized, especially on podcasts, that could sound so weird. I'm glad you started talking.
Yeah. When Harry Met Sally is a great movie. It's one of those movies, I always say this. I watched when I was like 15 in high school, and I don't think I fully got it. You actually have to live a little bit of life before you can actually appreciate it for what it is.
Yeah, it's not quite a coming-of-age movie. It's more of a, I have come of my age, and now I understand.
But who knows? Maybe I was immature. People that age could probably get it. And I just did it. Aiden Pierce Kosick. This will be the last one we do for today. The Revenant, which you just saw.
Yeah.
No spoilers. Do you believe it won the Gold Glove for Best Picture? Do you think it has a chance to win the whole thing?
I don't think it will win the whole thing. I definitely think it's deserving of being nominated. Mm-hmm. I enjoyed it enough that I would recommend it. I would never watch it again.
Really? It's just too rough to watch? Or?
It made me feel so sick. And I also don't think I would gain anything from watching it a second time. But I absolutely recommend it. Think it's beautiful. Think it has great performances. And think it's a story that is worth hearing.
Okay. Yeah,
even though it's not true to Sarah, the person that you interviewed is very annoyed because she says that it's not true to what actually happened.
But it's not trying to be. It says inspired by a true story, which means it's not based on a true story. It's just they took that basic story and created their own story around it.
Yeah, it was tough though, and I don't recommend it as a date movie.
No, did you see it on a date?
Yeah.
I guess that's not really a date film. Like, there's nothing really to...
No, because it's not a scary movie enough where you can, like, squeeze a person's hand. Okay. But I felt so grossed out that I did that, and I think he was kind of like, why are you squeezing my arm? You know? So, one of those.
I said that was the last one, but I lied, because Amy Awesome did actually...
Oh, okay.
Tweet us something.
Redemption.
And it's not a redemption, because I hate this movie. She watched Triple X with Vin Diesel.
Ooh, yeah, I saw that a while ago.
Here's the thing. She goes, I watched it yesterday for the 20th time. Vin Diesel is my happy place, and the next Triple X is going to be pure action with Jet Li.
You know what? I've met him a couple times, and he is the actual sweetest person in the entire world. I heard he's great. He is so sweet, so I have not one bad thing to say about him. I don't remember loving this movie. Do you remember that?
That's what I'm saying. It came off, Rob Cohen directed the first Fast and Furious, and he directed, the next film he did was another film with Vin Diesel, Triple X. And I remember going to theaters and watching it and just being not liking it whatsoever.
Was this why it started with like, X gon' give it to you, gon' give it to you?
It might have. It's around that time. I don't know. That if they didn't use that, I hope they're using it for the sequel.
Yeah.
But it was trying to be like this European cool X Games with Vin Diesel, and it just didn't work at all for me. And listen, I'll be honest, I haven't watched it, I think, since it originally came out, because I hated it. So maybe now I'd like it a little more. Amy's watched it more than 20 times.
I trust Amy, yeah. I trust her.
You trust Amy?
Yeah, but again, it's so sad.
She is awesome.
Isn't it sad to know that I don't remember any of these films? Like, no, I remember some.
I physically tried to forget Triple X because I did not like it at all. I even saw the sequel with Ice Cube called Triple X State of the Union, and that movie was horrible also. So I have no goodwill towards Triple X. I don't know why they're making a sequel.
Wait, can you say his name again?
Vin Diesel.
No, not him.
Who?
The second one.
Rob Cohen?
Nope.
Ice Cube.
Yeah. Why do you Ice Cube?
Ice Cube.
It's just
Ice Cube. Straight out of Compton.
Yeah, but it's Ice Cube, not Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
You are.
What did I say? Ice Cube?
You're on the cube part too hard. Like the ice is where you punch it. Ice Cube.
Ice Cube.
No, yeah. Yeah.
I'm two streets. I can't say it the normal way. We're not that far from Compton.
No, that's true.
That's a good point.
I used to live right next door. Yeah.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, you're our streets. You're more streets than me.
Yeah, somebody got shot outside of my place.
Oh, snap.
I watched it.
Wow. All right, guys. Well, we've learned a lot of things today.
On that note.
She hasn't finished The Last Samurai. She hasn't seen Glorious Bastards. And she grew up near Compton and saw people get shot.
Well, yeah, I went to school over there.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, man, your childhood was much more interesting than mine.
No, fight on, USC. I grew up in Boston, but I came over here when I guess 18 is childhood.
Oh, really? No, that's adulthood. That's legally adulthood.
But I didn't say I grew up. You said I grew up.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I apologize.
Yes, you owe me a big apology.
Big apology. Listen, you're a Patriots fan. We're about to go to playoffs, so much respect.
Yeah, I mean, I'm wishing us luck. We need a little bit of it.
We stumbled into the playoffs. We got a tough Kansas City coming in, but listen, this ain't JT Sport Thinks, even though I would love to do a show like that.
Brilliant idea.
It'd be all Boston teams, though. It would be nothing else more. Roxy, thank you so much for coming on. I was lucky enough to grab you for a few minutes.
Well, thanks for having me.
Get you to do my podcast. This is great. I'll definitely have you on again, because listen, we work with each other pretty often now. So.
And I'm going to stump you.
Yeah, you're going to stump me. Listen, if you want to know my weak spot, it's chick flicks.
Oh, done.
Yeah.
I'm so good with them.
When you said Last Samurai, I was like, oh, okay, I could do this.
Oh, you weren't expecting that?
Well, I had no idea. I honestly didn't know idea, because it could have been something. I feel like you're watching it for a podcast, you said.
Well, I'm going on Action Movie Anatomy tomorrow, and they are talking about it, so I'm rewatching it for that.
Me and Finstock been on that before for some Rambo movies.
How is it?
It's great. It's a lot of fun. You'll have a good time. Good. All right, Roxy, well, tell them where they can find you.
You guys can find me everywhere at Roxy Striar. Keep it nice and simple for the people.
Oh, easy. Guys, catch me at Schmoes JTE. Every Sunday night, we do Box Office Breakdown and Popcorn Talk, where me, Sarah Stratton, and Bob Finstock run down the numbers. I guarantee you it's more fun than it sounds. Also, JT...
That's true.
Yeah, it is, right? JT Movie Thinks, you guys listen to. Thanks so much. If you feel like I gave you a 5-star podcast, go ahead and give me a 5-star rating. I mean, I think Roxy deserves it.
I like the way that you just phrased that.
You like that?
I'm going to copy that.
Okay, hey, you can take it. Also, Screen Junkies. I'm an engineer for Screen Junkies for movie fights and this Screen Junkie Plus network.
Yeah.
We got a lot of great shows. Interns of Field just premiered. Roxy Show TV Fights. Does It Hold Up? Monday Night Raw. So many good stuff. And What's in the Box? I hate to say what my favorite show is, but I think What in the Box might be my favorite show.
I understand. I
grew up with Kevin and Jay, and to be able to work with these guys
How do I
amazing.
compete with Jay and Silent Bob? I can't. I get that.
So great. Guys, I'm telling you, it's only $5 a month. Just get it. It's amazing.
And the first 3 months are free.
That's right. 3 months are free. Thank you, Roxy. All right, guys, thanks so much for listening, and keep watching those movies.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up? I'm not asking. I'm telling you. See, I'm rolling up my sleeves. There's this link right there. You're going to watch the behind-the-scenes videos. When you're done with that, you're going to laugh your ass off some of these B-Team videos. And don't forget the other podcast stuff, because that's stuff we do personally. All right? Watch that shit.